My video 11 on we are going to talk about hosting your website, .NET Core website. There are so many hosting platforms available if you search, but um when it comes to hosting, one very popular one is the GoDaddy. And but if you just search for GoDaddy, it won't give a link to the Windows hosting, so you need to search with the GoDaddy Windows hosting if you want to consider their offers. And comparatively, I don't like this one, and I have tried that, and they are fairly slow and very limited sort of support, and also the size of the SQL Server database is only 200 megabyte, which is fairly small. Most of the other providers are providing about 500. So don't go by what I am saying, but you can read some of the reviews online. But be careful. Some of the reviews which says excellent or rating 5, it may be fake. So if you are reading the reviews, I would like to read the reviews which are sort of average, or ratings which are 4 or something. So if you look at this company, I have used them, and or basically I am using them, but I wouldn't want anybody else. I wouldn't wish their hosting package for anybody else. And um, one issue with that is basically where are we? Okay. Um, they are offering very long term contracts with very good prices, but if you sign with them, then your money is with them, so they don't care, if I put it that way. So always select something where the price difference between monthly payment and also the week yearly payment is not much difference. Yeah, okay. um, uh, the ASP host portal, they have most of the sort of the requirements for our website. So you can get maybe up to about 2 gigabyte space for a reasonable price. So the only issue with them is that they are, even though they say this thing, but they say 339. As soon as you get to start to pay 3 months, then it almost jumps to double that price. So once you sign a 5-year plan, it is very hard to get your money back, unless you are in a country where the consumer affairs is very tough. But it also based on where the web hosting company is located. For example, if it is located in Australia, there are so many consumer protection, but also if it is located in UK, I think they have very good protection. But what you find is when the government protection is high, the hosting price is also high. Another one I am actually hosting is this one, APC hosting. They are based in Singapore, so it is fairly good for Asian region, because Singapore has very good internet connections, and also they are fairly close to most of the region in Asia. One thing I notice is they don't have any advantage for paying yearly, so you can actually pay by month, and if after 1 month, if it is not good, you can just give up and transfer your website to somewhere else. So a couple of things I don't like about that is that the things like databases, they allow unlimited database, and the email amount accounts unlimited. So just unlimited doesn't mean it will be unlimited, but for $12 a month, so they can't provide everything unlimited. So there must be a catch somewhere, but so far so good there. uh, you When you are selecting web hosting company, you need to consider the web storage space, it is here, and how much bandwidth, that means what sort of data transfer they are allowing. So can't see it here. I think yeah, okay, traffic unmetered, and number of domains and subdomains they allow. In this one they say unlimited here. And number of SQL Server databases. So here also it is more or less unlimited, I think, if you look at in detail. And one other important thing is the SSL support, because now mainly you get a fairly high ranking if you have SSLs on your website, and sometimes certain browsers don't allow you to go there if you don't have SSL, or even though you can manually override that setting. So a lot of people who are coming for the first time to your website may refuse to come there if you don't have SSL support. And the backup, so some sites provide automatic backup, but backup is basically it is up, you can do it from your home. There are tools available on most of the platforms to do backup. Only thing is don't forget to do the backup here. And another thing to look at is the support. So some has ticket system, some has email system, but one thing you need to be aware is how long they take to respond to an email or respond to a ticket. But thing is sometimes they respond to a ticket within 2-3 minutes, but with a sort of copy and paste response, they will direct you to some FAQ site and say, okay, here is the answer. So sometimes get an answer to the actual question, it takes long time. Okay, and couple of things I still have to mention. Do not believe 5-star ratings on anybody's website. So if you go here, there is a popular, I think it is called WH Top. They have reviews for some websites. It is fairly well organized, so you can select the country if you want. Yeah, okay, United Kingdom. Yep, okay, so it will bring up only United Kingdom ones. And okay, if we just arbitrarily select something, and also you can you can also select here the what type of hosting you are after. Yeah, so if you are after shared hosting here, you can select that, and then you can select Windows hosting. I think somewhere I have platform. Okay, so you can go to this one if you like. Yeah, and uh, this one has very bad user rating anyway. Okay, the point is that don't believe some of the 5-star ratings some companies have, that may be manipulated rating or things like that. Okay, and where are we? Okay. And don't sign for a long-term contract, and because then the money is with them and it might be hard to get out. Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about the web hosting control panels. Basically, this is what we call Plesks, and yep, the two main web hosting control panels available are Plesk and cPanel. And I am not going to run a example on both, but I will give you some brief overview of how the Plesk thing runs. So when you log into that, you get the interfaces. So when you click databases, it will show you the databases. And okay, and I will okay, we'll see whether we can I am going to delete this one, and we'll see, remove this database. Okay, because I'm not using it. Okay, so it is gone. You can backup manually. You can backup the database manually using the export dump button. So for this database, I can backup with this button. So, and after that, there is an option to option to automatically download dump after the creation. And okay, um, and I am going to add a database because we need the database to run this site. So I will say, I will give a name and select the type of database. We are going to use SQL Server 2017, and I am not going to link it to a particular site because that gives me the option of using it for anything. And we can create a database use, or you can leave it as it is, because sometimes if you have created a database use before, that might allow you to access all the database. So it depends on that. If you have clicked this one, so that means user has access to all databases. Okay, anyway, I will create a database user in this case rather than, yeah, okay, we'll just put a fake name for the time being. And we'll put a password. You need to remember the password as usual. I don't want to select this one, or user has access to all databases, because that means it might create a problem if somebody gets into this database. Okay, so we'll say okay. Maybe I have to copy it down the details. Um, so database name is, and yep, okay, and we'll say okay. You don't want to save, no, don't save. So um, the connection information what you see here might not work. It will depend on the settings most likely, unless they have hosted at the same server, it might not work. Okay, and you might have to contact the hosting company to get the exact database. Okay, anyway, and um, that's all for that. And we'll see websites and domains. So um, you can create the subdomains. For example, in this one, if you select this one, you can create a subdomain. That means you can have something instead of ibay.com. I can have something like carsales.iba.com. Okay, maybe we'll add something like that. Add subdomain. So okay, why it is? Uh, we'll say cars, and we'll select the domain. This one, yeah, okay. So it will have something like that. And even though they say let us secure with let us encrypt, which is SSL provider, it doesn't work with this ASP host test. So you need to pay extra for this thing if you go with them, and I would be reluctant to say go with them with my experience. Okay, it is still working. Okay, so we should be able to get to this thing if you like. We'll see. It will generate a preview here. We'll see. Otherwise, yeah, okay. So, or we can better go there and see your cars. CRS dot. Okay, so wait, slowly. Mm. Yeah, okay. So it has created the default site. So um, in the next few minutes we will transfer some our files to this site using FileZilla. You can use any FTP program. You can change the other settings here, like if you want to change the PHP settings, um, or if you want, you can disable PHP here. Maybe I will do that because we are not going to run PHP. And click apply. Don't want to overload the server, even though it might have very minimal effect here. And okay, so we'll go back to that. Okay, login voice that coming up every time. Yeah, okay. Um, and ASP.NET settings. Um, there is not much in this ASP.NET configuration in the Plesk control panel. They are officially not supporting .NET Core. Um, okay, and but if you want, you can change the version of the framework which actually refers to the ASP.NET, not the .NET Core, the previous version of Windows Server. Okay, and PHP Composer. Yeah, okay. Um, if you want, you can link a database to this website, but we are not going to do that. And FTP access, if you want separate FTP access, you can do it here. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. That's all for Plesk. Okay, before we upload the files, we will see whether we can run the application from here with the database connections set to the server at the hosting place. So you can get this information from the hosting provider and fill the database name and user ID and the password for the database. And after that we will test it. These are not the real values, I have hidden them. So now I have the real settings on the app settings.json. I want to debug and see what is happening, and we have set it to .NET 5. We'll start debug. Because the database doesn't have the tables created, it is just an empty database, we should get an error, but we'll see what is happening here. Okay, so it is complaining the missing tables here. Okay, so application db context is required for the login site. Okay, so what we will do is we will use the okay, we have connected to the remote server using the settings given by hosting company, and we'll probably transfer the database through the SQL Server Management Studio. We'll see where is our database. So this is our database. We will right click on that and we'll select tasks. Right click and select tasks, and where are we? We'll select import data. Click next. So it will bring up the SQL Server import export wizard here. Yep, okay. Select source from which you want to copy. So we are using SQL Server native client. So source is we want to use the local server. What is the local server name? Local server name is okay, I forgot that here. Let me see. Okay, once you have the server name, we are using Windows authentication because it is a local server, and it should bring up with the databases. So it is this one we are interested in, so we'll say next. And it is asking the destination, so destination is the still SQL Server, and this is the setting, so we are using SQL Server authentication. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, we need to type the username and the password again. um, the database we are interested in is yep, that one. Okay, all right. Copy data from one or more tables or views. Okay, that is what we want to do. Yep. Okay, we'll go. We don't want the migration history. ASP.NET ones we really need. Yep. And the car. Yeah. Okay. Um, here, if you want, you can edit mapping. That means which ones you want to transfer and things like that. But in this case, we will let it do it. Enable identity insert. So we can say drop and recreate table, and we need the ID as well, otherwise it won't work. Okay, and we'll say next, and we can leave it as it is, and but okay, we can select ignore. We'll see whether that improves. We'll say next. We are going to run immediately. Finish. So far so good. Okay. Okay, all right. There is an error. Okay, all right, that's all right. You close. We'll see what are the, we can see what are the tables it has created here, because the server tables. Okay, so ASP.NET sort of the login identity ones are all created. Yep. And in this one we can right click and edit to 200 rows. We'll see what is there, whether there is anything there. Doesn't matter, we can recreate that it is a single table there. Okay, so it is already there. Yep, more or less. Contact telephone number, image link, those are the null things, that doesn't matter. I think the brand should be something, but anyway, we will copy that here rather than leaving null. We could have deleted these rows, but we'll just fill that and say okay. Now we have verified that, we will debug and see. So we should have the database. Okay, and so now it is here. Okay, so it is there. So it is talking to the database and getting those details. Yeah, okay, even it is still logged on, because okay, we have transferred the data already. Okay, and now we will close this and we will use FileZilla to, this is a FTP program. If somebody doesn't know, you can use any other. Okay, before use FileZilla, we have to publish this. So we'll select build, publish, uh, There are various ways you can do it, but there are options you can directly FTP to the server. I prefer to publish to a folder, and then I am comfortable using FileZilla. So we will select a folder, so I will store everything in somewhere here. Let me see, where is this PC? See, not there. Okay, we'll see. I think it is in here. Publish. Okay, publish, and we'll see. One called Bay. Okay. Um, for the location, we'll say finish. Okay. You can still go there, and maybe you can delete the files before we publish. Yep, it is fairly quick. Okay, so there are no old files. You can set delete exist file to true, but I wonder whether sometimes it will leave some files here. The configuration is released, so it is not for debug. You can change these things if you like. Um, there are some other configuration options. I am not going to talk about those things now. So we'll say cancel, and we'll publish. So okay, publish is succeeded. Okay, now we can close this. We will start FileZilla, and we will connect to our server, and I think it is somewhere here. Let me see. Forgot to write down the name of it. Okay, cast.tbed. It must be it here. Okay, and now files are here. So we will select all from this side, and we'll upload. Right click upload, and it will take a while. So I will hold the video recording. Okay, now it has finished uploading all the files, and we'll see now. We'll go to the website and see. Okay, see, it has done it. Yeah, okay, and now we have, okay, maybe the images are not there because we'll see, because we didn't. Oh yeah, okay, images as well are there. Yeah, okay, so we need to make it a little bit more beautiful. We'll talk about those things in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next video.